Hi guys, my name is Alan. I'm an architect and an illustrator based in the Philippines. Welcome back to my watercolor channel. Today in this video, we are going to be taking a closer look at Schmincke Horadam's retro watercolor set. So here now is our Schmincke Horadam retro set. This is a limited edition, that's why I got it. It's not cheap. It's $80 if you get it at Jackson's. The price could go cheaper. I think if you get this in Germany, the price could double if you get it, say, here in Asia or in America. But even if it's expensive, I really got it because aside from its being limited edition, I really love the design of the tin. And also the box, you know, it's like a souvenir from the past. According to the website, the design of the box and also the tin container inside is based in the 1912 Art Nouveau style packaging. So they got the design from a 1912 catalog. Even the colors that they selected for this, they based it from that 1912 catalog. So having this is like having a step back in time. So the box looks, you know, very classic. And aside from that, you know, you don't anymore see watercolor boxes with this design nowadays. This is so Art Nouveau and so classic. And of course, here we have the classic logo. It says here H. Schmincke and Co. We have here German characters. I can't read German, so if you know, please translate it for everyone. So here it says Horadam Patent Watercolors 8 by half pans. So we have here 8 half pans. Here's what's on the side, same information. Now at the back, we have here the product description in 1, 2, 3 languages. And let me read the English. Says here, the retro line is a revival of historical Horadam watercolors that were once used for beautiful watercolor paintings. Horadam aquarelle, finest artists watercolors in best quality. So we have here also a preview of the colors that are included in this set. And yeah, there's a spoiler. I've already researched the colors that are in here and I'm not totally pleased. So that's an advanced review spoiler. And so I added, you know, I bought 4 more colors. Here are the 4 colors to, I think, you know, please myself. But honestly, the color selection can work if you are, you know, limited to doing landscapes and urban paintings. But yeah, that's an advanced review. But if you would like it to be more versatile, you need to add a few more colors, and I will discuss that as we further on this review later. So here at the bottom, we have here the company information, and it says here, yeah, need to be sustainable. So let's open our box. So here is a tiny palette. It doesn't have any markings in front. Instead, we have the marking here, that classic Art Nouveau letterings of H. Schmincke. And inside, yeah, we have the typical bijou box layout. So let's take a look at these. So we have here a swatch sheet with 16 slots. I wonder why they have 16 when you can only fit 12 here, right? Or maybe you can buy 8 more and interchange them. So yeah, that's what I think that serves that extra slots for. So here we have like an old, you know, calligraphy letter, but I cannot read it. Oh, here, English. Thank you for being a part of our history. You're welcome. It's my pleasure. So here again, the logo H. Schmincke. No, this is the box that I'll never throw because this is, you know, a souvenir. So here is our tin container. It's a typical bijou container. You just remove the clips like that to bring your pans out. Even the design of the half pans wrappers are very classic and vintage. So here it says aquarelle, horadam, and we have here Viridian, Verte, yeah, in German maybe. We have here the transparency rating, and What else do we have? We have here the light fastness rating, the pigment information. So this is PG18. Yeah, again, the company information and the ASTM, and yeah, the typical pigment information that we need are all provided here. So let me just try one of my... Oh, it's tight. Or maybe because I still have the aluminum covers. So yeah, it's tight. So just quickly, let's compare this against the classic, another classic bijou box, but this is actually more useful or versatile, I must say, because it has a water reservoir and you can clip your water source there, so you can use this in washing your brushes and also in you're wetting your pans. I actually even prefer the color selection here because it has, at least one yellow, warm red, cool red, warm blue, cool blue, and we have a green also, and 2 earth colors. I think it's more balanced, it's more versatile, but then again, I debated with myself a lot of times which one to say for myself, but I ended up being charmed by the vintage and classic design of the limited edition retro set. So yeah, but who knows, maybe in time I can also get myself one, because it's really a functional tin palette, I must say. Also, I have here another retro set, but this one uses a more conventional type of tin in its container. Yeah, so but here we have a bigger or a longer love letter, but yeah, we're not reviewing this, I'm just showing it to you. Here we have 5 tubes. I think the color selection is more versatile because we have here a cool red, which is the cochineal, the limited edition, also special edition color, cochineal red. So it's a cool red. I think this is more versatile than this because we have a cool red, but unfortunately it's not light fast, so don't use it in paintings to be displayed or for paintings to be sold. But yeah, this is a beautiful set. It's limited edition, and they don't sell cochineal red in 5 mls in solo. They only sell cochineal 15 mls as of the moment. So back again with this set. Let's open one. So let's open this one. This is Schmincke Paints Gray. Yes, I'm not gonna throw the wrapper also. Yeah, same classic Schmincke pan with a logo at the bottom and some codes on this side. So yeah, I'm gonna be removing all the wrappers, and by the way, in a few hours I'll be flying to Vietnam and Spain, and I really hope I can use this in in my travel sketches. I wish I'll find time, and after that I'll be back to make or to finish the review of this tin. I think it's more effective that way. But yeah, I'm gonna be reviewing this with only these colors, not with the 4 additional colors. But let me know if you also want to hear my feedback with the 4 colors. Yeah, I think I can give my feedback also with the 4 colors that I have. But for now, let me just see how it fits on this tin. So it's sticky, Just a tip, if you find this situation in your pans, you may store them at the freezer for say 30 minutes so that it won't stick. It will make the paints more solid. But anyway, this is fine. I can use this. Guys, I'm gonna be starting a new sketchbook. I'm gonna be using Barna sketchbook. It's using, I believe, 100% cotton paper. I forgot the brand. It has meal on its name. Sorry, I forgot the name. It's hard to avoid that. So yeah, looks like that. But let me try out one of my additional pans. Oh, this is sticky, really sticky. I need to put it in the freezer. Oh, it's really tight. You see, it couldn't really fit it up to the bottom. It's floating, but it's super tight, so I think that's fine. So they didn't really design this to fit this, or should I just put magnets? So now the pans are fresh from the freezer. You can now easily remove. And so that's it. So now let's do our swatches and sample painting, and for this I'm using, as always, Arches 185 cold press cotton paper, and for our brushes I'm using my Holbein mini Rosable brushes. And as I mentioned earlier, for this review I'm only going to be using the 8 pans that are originally included in the Schmincke Retro set. I have set aside the additional 4 colors that I purchased. So let's begin. Chromium Yellow Hue Lemon is using PY175. It's Benzimidazolone Yellow. It's excellent in light fastness and it looks semi-transparent and super vibrant. Next we have here Vermilion using PR255, which is Pyrrole Scarlet. It's excellent when it comes to light fastness and it appears to be semi-transparent. This is my warm red in my personal palette. Next we have the Ultramarine Finest using PB29, and this version of Ultramarine is non-granulating. I think that's why they call it Finest. Next we have here Viridian using PG18. PG18 is the original Viridian pigment, and this one is very light and it's very granulating. Next color we have here Yellow Raw Ochre using 2 pigments, PY42 and PY43, Synthetic Yellow Iron Oxide and Natural Yellow Iron Oxide. Now for Raw Umber, it's using PY43, Natural Yellow Iron Oxide, and compared to Yellow Raw Ochre, this is darker and I think it's more granulating. Next we have here English Venetian Red using, of course, PR101 Synthetic Red Iron Oxide. This color is, I think, semi-opaque or semi-transparent, and the hue is what I'm expecting of a Venetian Red. Now, Schmincke Paints Gray is using 3 pigments. They're using PR101, PB29, and PBK7. PR101 is Synthetic Red Iron Oxide, PB29 is Ultramarine, and PBK7 is Furnace Black or Carbon Black. And this Schmincke Paints Gray is darker than most Paints Gray from other brands that we know. I'm not really a fan of this hue, honestly, as I want my Paints Gray to be bluer than this. Now, while we are waiting for the swatches to dry, let's now proceed to doing our sample painting. And I'll be speeding this up by dividing it into clips. So if you have any questions in our processes, please just comment it at the comment box. And yes, I'm using the mixing palette of the Retro box. So now we're done with our sample painting. And while we are waiting for our piece to dry, let's now proceed to the swatches that I prepared, because because this is a very small limited palette. We are gonna see what are the mixes that we can achieve. Can we achieve certain mixes using only these colors? So let me show you the colors that we can achieve. So let's begin with mixing the only yellow here, the chromium yellow hue lemon, with vermilion. Let's see what kind of orange we are gonna get if we mix the cool yellow with the warm red. So here, so we are getting a very nice clean orange here. So I don't think we are gonna get problems in getting a vibrant orange. So now let's proceed to mixing our yellow with ultramarine finest to see what kind of green you're gonna get. We have a cool yellow and a warm blue. Usually when we mix yellow with ultramarine, we get a muted yellow. Oh, but no. Sorry, I mean a muted green. But no. We have here a decent kind of vibrant, or like a viridian green. It's amazing. So now let's mix our yellow with our cool green here, viridian. But this viridian is very light, and that is common to genuine viridian PG18. They're very light valued. But yeah, of course we got a brighter, more vibrant green using this than ultramarine. Yep. If you want a more striking or more luminous green, you should mix these two colors instead of the ultramarine. But ultramarine also is not bad, ultramarine finest. Now let's have ultramarine finest and viridian to see what kind of cool blue we can achieve, since we don't have a cool blue in this set. And earlier in my sample painting, I mixed these two for the sky to make it a more cool looking blue. But of course you cannot achieve the likes or the level of phthalo blue here, because the single pigment. But this is not bad. So yeah, I can see the reason why they had to sacrifice including a cool blue here, because you can achieve it by mixing the warm blue and viridian. Next, let's combine ultramarine finest and vermilion to see what kind of purple we are gonna get. And since the vermilion is a warm red and this is a warm blue, we are expecting to get a very warm or muted violet. Yes. And of course, if you want to achieve brown, you just add yellow here. But since we have 3 earth colors in this set, I don't think we need to do that. But yeah, it's easy. And from that, you can achieve your skin colors. So, it's quite a challenge to achieve a proper violet using warm blue and warm red, but this is not a bad violet at all. It's a muted violet, and it's useful if you're using this for shadows. Yeah, kind of like shadow violet from Daniel Smith. But of course you cannot achieve a magenta leaning violet like quinacridone violet with this, or dioxazine violet, because you need a cool red to achieve that. Next, let's try to achieve Payne's Gray, you know, the usual bluish Payne's Gray, by mixing ultramarine, finest, and English Venetian red. But this is gonna look purplish, I think, because the English Venetian red is, you know, reddish. But this English Venetian red is the closest to burnt sienna in this set, so I'm substituting it with this to achieve a gray, and yeah, we are achieving gray. I mean, a Payne's Gray. The more usual Payne's Gray that we know, because the Payne's Gray that comes in this set isn't actually Payne's Gray for me. It's more of like very neutral or dark, almost like black. So if you want, you know, the usual shade of Payne's Gray that is bluish, you can achieve it using this set. You can mix it. Yep, add more. It's a purplish Payne's Gray. But if you want to kill that purple shade from this, you can add raw umber or yellow ochre, a bit of that, you know, to make it more neutral. Yep. So there you go. So now everything's dry, we can now proceed with our proper review. Let's begin with the color selection. So we have here a yellow, a red, a blue, a green, 3 earth colors, and a gray that looks like black. So I think the color selection is okay-ish if you are intending to use this for, let's say, plein air painting where your subjects are urban scapes or landscapes. This is totally fine. But if you are going to use this, you know, in painting flowers, colorful subjects, I don't think it would be possible or effective for that purpose, because it lacks a cool blue and a cool red. I think those colors are essential in making a more versatile palette. You know, the CMY, we only have here the Y. You don't have the magenta and the cyan. Anyway, when I did my mixes here, I was able to kind of achieve a cool blue when I mixed ultramarine finest with the viridian. No problem with the orange and the greens, only with the purples, because the only type of purple we can achieve here is like this one, which is a muted one. And there's no issue with that if you're using the purple for your shadows or particular cloth or textile. But if you are to paint, let's say, flowers, lilacs, it's not possible. Sorry, it's not possible. You need to add other colors, you know, to achieve that. So when we're talking about color selection, I think that's the weakest point of the set, because it lacks a magenta, a cool red, cool blue. Yeah, those two. So if I'm to remove one color in exchange of one, I'll remove, I think, either of these two, but I think I'll remove raw umber and exchange with the magenta, and that will make a whole new difference with this set. But if I am to change another one, I'll remove Schmincke Payne's Gray in exchange of a phthalo blue, and after that, this is totally fine already. I won't complain anymore. Now when it comes to transparency, vibrancy, you know, mixability, flow, everything, we already know Schmincke. I already trust Schmincke. I love Schmincke. It's actually in my top 5 or top 3 easy. So there's no argument about that. You know, it adheres well on paper. See, no traces of pigment here. Schmincke is already trusted. I think what we're looking at this set now is the color selection, but I already know the colors that are included here prior to buying, as I mentioned earlier, and I bought this set because of its limited edition palette. I know it's not the wisest edition. I bought it because of these and because of its size. And yeah, I'm a collector, so allow me to have this set. And let's see, let's now check the palette if it stains, and as of now, it's not getting stains. But yeah, I'm expecting eventually it will get stained, just like my other palettes, Whiskey Painters. It's standard, it's performing well, and I'm happy when I used it. But when you add other colors or other half pans here, that's when it becomes a bit problematic, because as I've demonstrated earlier, the pans, when you put it in the center, they don't reach the bottom. The bottom of the pans don't reach the bottom, so they're kind of hanging or floating. If you are to utilize the center to put your colors, I don't think these dividers will matter. You can remove it and just put a tape at the bottom of the pans or an adhesive magnet just to keep them in place. Yeah, but if I bring this in my travels, I can just swap some of the colors that I need and just bring 8 colors. Yeah, because I have bought olive green, indanthrine blue, I forgot the name, helio turquoise, and queen magenta. So I can just place 2 colors or 3 or 4 depending on my mood and depending on my need. So if you were to ask me would I recommend this, of course I do recommend it. If you are expecting me to do the comparison portion, no, I'm not gonna do this now because this is a special set. We don't have enough colors to compare it with, and I've reviewed Schmincke twice already. You can just check it here. I think it's more credible to watch that review and to see the comparisons in that video, because here we have the same colors. We have a very limited colors here. So anyway, you know where I put Schmincke in the ranking. It's at least in top 3. Right? Or top 5, safe in top 3 or top 5. You know the quality of these paints. The deciding factor will just be on the color selection and the palette. So me, I'm happy with the palette because it's a limited edition. It's so compact and I think it's very functional. And yeah, color selection isn't perfect, but I can swap some colors to make it more useful for me. So now, if you are to ask me would I recommend the Schmincke Horadam Retro Palette with 8 pans, my answer is yes, but you have to know yourself. You have to determine, you know, the kinds of subjects that you're gonna be painting using this set. If you are to paint landscape paintings using this or urban subjects, this is totally fine. But if you are a floral artist or if you want vibrant pinks, vibrant purples, teal blues, it's not here. You cannot achieve it here. You have to modify the colors to make this work for you. So I think that's all for the Schmincke Retro Palette. If you have any questions regarding this set, please don't hesitate to comment it at the comment box. Let's chat at the comment section. Again, this has been Alan, thanking you for watching this video. Please don't forget to like and share this video to show support to my channel. So that's all for today. Bye bye.